Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. And today is the most important session. In today's class, I'm starting the exact first topic in the course, getting started with Python programming. Getting started with Python programming. See here, what I am going to talk here is index. Let us see first history of Python. History of Python. And then we will discuss versions of Python. First we will discuss about the history of the Python and then we will discuss versions of Python. Let us discuss historical development of Python today. So first one is history of Python. Let us discuss about it. Here first Python program language. Python programming language. Conceived in the sense foundation stone. Foundation stone in the year 1980. So Python programming language conceived in the year 1980. Python programming language conceived in the year 1980. And the second point is Python programming language. Here it is conceived in 1980, but the actual implementation starts in implementation in the sense bring into action implementation was began in the year 1989. So Python conceived in the year 1980 and the actual implementation was began in the year 1989. And the next point, Python programming language conceived complete and implementation is also complete, and then officially released in the year 1991 February. So Python conceived in the year 1980. Python programming language implementation, the actual implementation was started in the year 1989 and the Python programming language officially released in the year 1991 February. And the next point is Python programming language developed by Guido van Rossum. Simply we call Rossum. So Python programming language developed by Guido van Rossum and he is the father of Python. The father of Python is Guido van Rossum. And the next point is Python programming language developed at CWI. CWI means Centrum Visconde Informatica. It is an institute. Informatica. So Python programming language developed at CWI Institute in Netherlands. So Python programming conceived in the year 1980. Python programming language actual implementation started in 1989. Python programming language officially released in the year 1991 February, and Python programming language developed by Guido van Rossum, and he is the father of Python. Python programming language developed at CWI Institute in Netherlands. CWI, the full form of CWI is Centrum Wiskunde Informatica. And the next point is Python programming language managed and maintained. Python programming language managed and maintained by a non-commercial organization called PSF. PSF means Python Software Foundation. Python programming language managed and maintained by a non-commercial organization called Python Software Foundation. So here, what is non-commercial? What is meant by non-commercial? Here, non-commercial is in the sense when you are getting any service from the organization and we never pay a single rupee to them. When you are getting any service from an organization and we never pay any single rupee to them, such type of organizations called non-commercial organizations. Then what is commercial organizations? Commercial organizations are nothing but when you do anything you want to from organization, they are expecting some type of financial expectations from you. That is known as commercial organizations. If they are expecting any commercial or financial expectations from you, then it is called commercial organization. If they are not they're providing service freely without expecting any financial expectations from you, that is called non-commercial organizations. And here managed and maintained. What is mean by managed and maintained? Managed and maintained is nothing but versions upgradation, some old features removal, new features adding, copyrights reserved, LTS supports, etc. And I will explain all these things further. And the next point is the official website. The official website of PSF, that is Python Software Foundation, is www.python.org. This is the official website for Python Software Foundation. So one can download the software from where? www.python.org. Let us look at that. I will go to the Google. www.python.org. Here www, it is the World Wide Web, the full form of www, and .org is in the sense .organization. Let us enter into it, and this is the interface of the Python. This is an interface of our things, and here we see PSF, about documents, jobs, and community. So here the community is nothing but Python has a large community. It is in the sense if any issues will come, if you post our query, that post related solutions will come. Across the globe, lot of data scientists, data journalists, machine learning engineers, business intelligence analysts, so many are there in this community. Any issues is coming, that issues is resolved in fraction of seconds. So that's the use of community. Now we see about this applications. Yesterday we discussed some applications, some real-time applications. These are few applications of Python. And first one is websites. Yesterday we discussed in previous video web and internet development, scientific and numeric, education, desktop GUI. What is the mean by GUI? Graphical user interface. It is a look and understanding application. The look and understanding application is known as graphical user interface. And software development business applications. These are the few applications of our Python. Let me continue here. This is the history of Python. And next we discussed about versions of Python. Versions of Python. Let us discuss about it. Before knowing the versions of Python, we have to know the versioning process. You need to know. So here, real-time practices. For you have to know versioning process. So I will tell the example in real-time practices. When you go to the mobile shop, you will buy a mobile. You will see lot of mobiles or not, like Samsung, Vivo, Redmi, 2022 model, 2023 model, 2024 model, etc. Right? So here, which model you buy? Latest model, right? That is 2024 model. Here 2022, 2023 and 2024 are versions. So what is version? Version in the sense a numerical integer value that are using for identification purpose. A numerical integer value they are using for identification purpose. This is called version. And then next, so here suppose when we develop any project for ICICI Bank, when we want to develop ICICI Bank project, then for ICICI Bank by some company, after completion of that project, they will give the name to that project, like ICICI 1.0. So they will give the name for the project ICICI 1.0. Here 1.0 is the version. 1 is the major version and 0 is the minor version. So here what is in the left of the point, it is called major version, and what is right in the of the point, it is minor version. So here after 1 year, introduce insurance policies for ICICI Bank. After one year, some they are introducing some insurance policies, and they have to update, and they contact with the same organization where they developed it. So they took 6 months and developed it, and they named. So they took 6 months and they named it ICICI 1.1 version. So here the left side of the point is called major version and the right side of the point is called minor version. So here what did you understand between 1.0 and 1.1? Which is the recent one is older version and the another one is new, but they carry the older version features. That means 1.1 carries the 1.0 features, 1.1 carries the 1.0 features, and they add some new coding and it is become the current one. it carries the 1.1 older version features and it is the current one. In the same way, here the Python programming language contains three types of versions. And here the first one is Python. Look here. First one is Python 1.x. Here left of the point is major version and x is the minor version. So here as of today this version is completely outdated. Outdated in the sense which is not there in the software companies now. And then the second one is Python 2.x. So here 2 is the major version and x is the minor version. When major version changing, a lot of changes will happen behind. When minor version changes, then small changes has done inside in the software. So it is also outdated. Python 1.x is outdated and Python 2.x is also outdated. And the current version is Python 3.x. So we are using this. 3 is the major version and x is the minor version. And x represents here, x represents 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And the companies are using up to 9 version. These are called secured. And it is also having 10 and 11. These are in bug fixing stage. These versions are under bug fixing stage. And the 11th version is released in October 2022. And currently we are using the version Python 12th version 3.12. This is for future release. And currently we are using that. And we are using this currently. So these are the features of Python, and this is the current version of Python 3.12 we are using. So this is about the history of Python, and these are the versions of Python. So history of the Python is nothing but Python programming is conceived in the year 1980. Python programming language implementation was began in the year 1989. Python programming language officially released in the year 1991 and February. Python programming language developed by the father of Python, Guido van Rossum, and Python programming language developed at CWI, Centrum Wiskunde Informatica Institute in Netherlands, and Python programming language managed and maintained by a non-commercial organization called PSF. So PSF in the sense Python Software Foundation. And here the official website of PSF is Python Software Foundation is www.python.org. And we already discussed about community, about applications. And the next topic is versions of Python. Here the versions of Python, we said an example in like mobile shop and which versions are there. And here we tell an example of, we discussed already example about project in ICICI Bank. And currently, likewise, the Python programming language contains 3 types of versions that are Python 1.x, 2.x, and 3.x. Here Python 1.x and 2.x are already outdated. That means we are not using in the software field now. And then Python 3.x we are using this, and Python 3.8 and 3.9 are secured, and 10 and 11 are bug fixing stage, and 12 is the currently we are using this and future released also. So this is about the versions of Python and history of the Python. Tomorrow in the next video, we are discussing about downloading Python software.